Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels of YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. We got a new wing to try out today. We're going to be flying the Ozone Mojo Max 36 meter. So let's sync up and get this show on the road. Clear prop. Here we go, roll on throttle. All right, good wing, here we go. Kind of a screwy inflation. Came up a little bit to the right, but we just slow down, take your time, get it all together. Alright, good wing. Brakes may be a little short. So they may need to be lengthened a little bit, but we'll figure that out during the course of this morning's flight. Alright, EGT's alive, water temperature's good. So yeah, anyway, the Mojo Max. One of the big problems with the wings that are on the market these days is that the manufacturers, a lot of them have left out a specific weight range for heavier single passenger or single pilot trike. You get in that 400 or 500 pound all up weight range, there's just not a lot out there. So either you're flying a tandem trike or you're overweight on a wing that's really meant for foot launch. A lot of the manufacturers are really missing part of the market for the heavier single trike pilots. The Ozone Mojo Max is kind of meant to fill that space. It's a single trike wing for the heavier guys. Let's see, we're 36 miles an hour now. A little bit of a crosswind. Wow, look at that sunrise. Is that amazing or what? Holy cow. Freaking beautiful. I really want to go down through that fog, but I see there's cows on the field, so I'm not going to bother them. I spent a lot of time flying and training with the APCO wings. I really like the wings, but there's a lot of other stuff to offer out there. APCO is located in Israel, so prayers go out to those guys. I'm sure that it's had to slow things down a little bit. I'm waiting on a couple of wings right now. Reverend Tom's wing has been in production and hopefully is shipped here shortly. Otherwise, I'm going to have to send him a wing to fly in the meantime. And if I do that, I'm taking one away from the school. So. Yeah, the wing, let's do some turn here. So if I intentionally put it in oscillation like that, and just go hands up and let it settle, it settles itself out pretty well. It doesn't have any tip steering, and that's okay because it's more of a beginner trike wing. So what I've been doing is kind of purposely putting it in a little bit of an oscillation, seeing how it settles out on its own. does pretty good. Not real easy to turn. It takes a little bit of pressure, but you know that's what you expect on a beginner wing like this. It will carve pretty decent, and it has the winglets on top, like the Ozone Trike 2 that I like so much. And with the main brakes here, it really feels similar to the Triox actually, but with a much less busy riser system. The Triox 2 has 2D steering along with tip steering. I'm not a huge fan of 2D steering. I've just always liked tip steering a little bit better. But that's just personal preference. Yeah, 2D steering works fine. There's nothing really difficult about it. Yeah, we're cruising along. Took off with the trims at neutral. And we're about 36 miles an hour right now, so that's pretty good. It's a pretty good clip. My all-up weight's probably about 500 pounds. I see you down there, sucker. Oh yeah, get away from that tree line. Get away from that tree line. I'm gonna get you. Sweet! Sweet! Fat boy. Let's see, was he just a solitary? I didn't see any others. Glasses are a little bit dirty. Yeah, so my business partner Tony picked this swing up for the school. He bought it used off a gentleman that only had a couple of flights on it. So we're very appreciative of that. And this is the first time that we've flown it. Obviously, I need to fly it before I put a student on it. Gives you a really stable feeling. It feels like a really nice, stable wing. Doesn't have any tendency to oscillate. So we flew the original Ozone Mojo, and whenever you put that on the trike, it had a tendency to oscillate, and I don't really know why. It just did. So it was not one of my favorites for trike flyers. But the Ozone Max so far seems to really do the job. See, we're 31 miles an hour now. Bit of a crosswind at the moment. Yeah, we'll shorten these brakes up a little bit. It would be kind of nice if they had an option to add tip steering to this. Maybe they do, I'm not sure. Oh my gosh, these glasses are horrible. They're going to have to come off. Can't see shit. So anyway, guys, yeah, things have been going really well here at the school. We've had a pretty steady stream of students here. I got several foot launch guys in training right now. A couple of trike guys. I got a pretty full board at the moment. I like to keep my schedule very flexible, and I get a lot of customers because of that. People that can't take 2 straight weeks off of work to go train every day. So I keep a really flexible schedule where I can have guys that come in on the weekends and train. I have a guy right now that works for Florida Power and Light. He comes and trains only on Mondays that's his day off. He has Sunday and Monday off, and I think he spends the rest of his time off with his girlfriend or out fishing. I gotta be careful I don't go too far downwind here. The wind is scheduled to pick up a little bit, so we'll just take a nice leisurely flight back toward the field into the wind. Temperatures are looking good. We're flying the Rotex 582 this morning. Yeah, this wing is the Mojo Max, very stable. Seems to be very forgiving and easy. Doesn't have any tendency to oscillate. And when I force an oscillation, simply go hands up, then after a few seconds it settles itself out, and the pilot ends up directly under the wing where you should be. Oh, there's another pig over there. Darn it, I missed him. Oh, am I missing him this morning? He's a biggin' too. Right there in those bushes. Sweet! Oh, fat boys. Yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, sorry, cows. We gotta stay away from the cows. So anyway, if you ever want to know what a closed runway looks like, that's it right there. The big flashing X on either end. They're going to be extending the runway, I think another 1,200 feet down into the extended threshold area here. So, you know, as a paramotor guy, we never really like to see our airports grow. That generally means more traffic and bigger, faster airplanes, but you know, it is what it is. That's the way of the world, unfortunately. All right, so big news. We sold our home in Bradenton, and we're moving over here closer to Wauchula. I get really tired of an hour or an hour and a half each way. I drive to work early in the morning before the sun comes up, and it takes about an hour. When I go home in the afternoon and the traffic is out, sometimes it takes me an hour and a half. So we're moving to Highlands County, and I'll have about a 20-minute ride to work each day, so that's much better. Pretty excited about that. I looked for something right here in Wauchula, but there just wasn't anything available that looked decent any closer. So I'm happy that we found a place in Avon Park. Looks like we got a cool landlord there. We sold our house. We're going to rent for a year or maybe 2 years. Save up some more money, put our equity in the bank or invest it, and start thinking about owning a better sized piece of property out here in the future. If school permits, if work permits, and if I stay busy and stay healthy, I hope to have a piece of property, probably minimum would be 10 acres. Certainly would like to have more. But I'd like to be able to train on my property and fly out of it, obviously. I don't necessarily want to move my school there because this is just such a great place to fly. But municipal airport being what it is, I mean, honestly, it could be gone at any minute, you know. Things could change, the airport could build up. The powers that be could decide that they don't want us here anymore. At that point, there's not much you can do other than move. He's looking. All right. Guns are hot. Beep, 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 beep. Missile lock, fire. Just ripped a couple of S-turns to give him a little bit of space. I don't know if he's going to land or just flying around. Keep an eye out for Lance. He's around here somewhere. And even though the airport's closed, you got to keep an eye out for airplanes because they have a GPS approach here. A lot of times the airplanes will practice that GPS approach with no intention of ever landing anyway. So they'll fly it all the way down to 500 feet and then go ahead and go around. Looks like Dave and I are just about the same speed. He's on the APCO Lift EZR Large. Great wing, one of my favorite wings. I've been dealing with those. I put a lot of students on those wings. They're a great wing to start with for foot launch or wheel launch in the proper weight range. But I don't know what our relationship with APCO is going to be in the future. I really wanted to be an importer for APCO, but it doesn't seem like they want to play ball with us. So, you know, we're going to do what's best for the business and what's best for the students. So I'm not going to sell an inferior wing just because I can get it cheaper. But there are a lot of really good wings out there. So we really have a lot to choose from. Look at it looking. I stay a little bit higher than Dave and I'm not in his wake. Probably just above it actually. You can't lose the Gorilla. I got missile lock, you're done. That's interesting. When we turn downwind, it seems that we're a little bit faster than Dave. Unless he may have pulled his trims in. Engine's running nice and cool, smooth and purring like a kitten. All right, guys. Well, I'm very satisfied with this wing, the Mojo Max. I'll lengthen these brakes a little bit and move the pulleys down, and it's ready for students. Very, very comfortable, very stable wing. I don't find any bad tendencies. It didn't seem to want to shoot up by any means, so that's a pretty good indication that it's not going to overshoot. So let's bring her in. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, I got immediate openings for training in November. The weather starts to get really nice here this time of year. It's getting cold up north, so you guys want to get some training, come on down and see me. It goes Super Dave taxied it right down between the hangars. We do that so that our wings don't get soaking wet at the end of our flight and then have to be dried out again. Let's see how this baby lands. Wow. And that baby floats. Very nice. She's still wanting to fly, Captain. And I still put it in the grass. Oh well, that's okay. That's all right. Very nice. All right. 2 thumbs up for the Mojo Max. It's going to be a great addition to the school. It's going to be a great wing for people to make their first flights on and their first 20 flights maybe. Good flight. I enjoyed it. Oh yeah, big shout out here to Cletus McFarland. I got one of his windbreakers on here because I like his channel, I like his content, and I want to support him. He doesn't need my money, but I got me a Cletus windbreaker. It did the job today, so thanks, Cletus. All right, guys. Well, that wraps it up for today. Thanks for coming along. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're into motorcycles, especially adventure motorcycles, check out my other channel on YouTube, The Midlife Adventurer. The Midlife Adventurer. We bought these adventure motorcycles. We're practicing and leading up to a trip all the way across the country by dirt roads, trails, and back roads. So that'll be early next year or mid next year, like July. So follow along and check that out. Thanks for coming, guys. Peace.